Welcome back. Mr. Zeson, you were talking about carrying protests across the state, demanding certain rights of workers be enforced and all of that. How effective do you think those rallies were?
Well, I think we can measure the effectiveness by what the issues were. Take, for instance, the situation that led us to move people to Owerri. Thousands of workers were fired over the radio and were laid off. Apart from the issues of arrears of salaries that were not paid. Those were the two major issues. Operation Occupy Owerri, which we carried out, at least led on the sports with discussions with the state government to the immediate recall of those workers who were sacked. So that was effective. As for the issue of the non-payment of salaries, we were able to broker the setting up of a committee involving government and labor that would then look at the revenue inflow of the states and on the basis of that arrange the process of payment. So that was effective. In your state, the same type of thing happened, and it led to the resolution of the matter and the payment of salaries that were owed. And there are some states in which the matters have still not been conclusively resolved. In Nasarawa State, for instance, we brokered an agreement, and the agreement was signed as to how the issue should be resolved. We are aware today that the government has not effectively and fully implemented the memorandum of understanding that was reached after the engagement that took place. And because that was brokered under the auspices eventually of the Minister of Labor, we have protested this to the Minister of Labor to ensure that the terms of the agreement are honored. So if we take case by case, we will discover that there are those engagements yielded results in some cases. In some other cases, they are work in progress and the struggles are not over.
What if I tell you, that some of those states that you rallied in, if I may come in here, what if we tell you that some of those states that you said you had your rallies in and the cases were resolved, that some of those states are still owing their workers' salaries? Yes. There are cases in which they are now still owing their salaries. But what you need to understand is if those rallies did not take place, the degree and the amount of salaries owed would even have been greater. Because what has happened in some of those states is that they have agreed on a formula based on the revenue profile of government, what would then be paid. And that is what is happening in some of those states. If there had been no engagement, of course, we would have had probably over 12 months of full salaries in arrears and all that. So it is a struggle that is going on. We are not saying that those struggles have yielded 100% successes, but definitely they have yielded reasonable successes in a number of the cases. Okay, Mr. Adiro. Yeah. Well, some of the viewers that are talking right now are of the opinion that all that labor unions do, all the labor leaders, all they do is move the people for one rally or the other. Well, Mr. Jason said the ones that they did were effective and they are measurable. But the people watching are saying you do these things and there's no follow-up. So you rally today, tomorrow you're quiet, and then you wait for some other months to go by, and then when we approach Mayday, everybody comes up again, and then you go quiet. Is it that the labor leaders are somewhat settled to keep quiet and then allow the workers to go through the grind on their own?
Well, if that is the case, this country will move. On daily basis, weekly, monthly, we're on duty. But you see, it will be wrong for us to come to Mayday and dance and rejoice without bringing the issues that are still on the from Bona.
Well, you've been coming to Mayday for years, rejoicing, and the same issues you talk about 10 years ago are the same issues you talk about now.
They can't be. This issue of minimum wage is because the old one has expired, and that's why we are discussing it. If we sign a minimum wage agreement today, that won't be the topic next Mayday. Issues are, but there are issues that are recurring, issues that has to do with world of work, issues of casual labor, issues that has to do with unemployment.
What are the issues for Monday, for instance?
Monday is, I think Mayday is dominating it. Mayday, non-payment of salaries for now, and then casual labor, precarious job, especially in the private sector where some of us operate. That area you may say salary is regular to a very large extent. But the condition of work there is terrible. Casual worker, the way they sack people, outsourcing, all manner of issues in the private sector. So if you are talking of the public sector, you can talk of states owing 6 months, 1 month, 2 months. That might not be the case in the private sector. But there are some other labor violations in the private sector which are still on today. So it's not just all about minimum wage. It's not all about non-payment of salary, because you equally have to balance the public sector and private sector workers, what is going on there. But the issue is that this is all about freedom. Freedom is not given. It's not like a ripe fruit that falls at the appropriate time. It must be induced. You must fight for it. So when you see we fight, at times we secure an agreement and go back. At times when we sign that agreement, you have months, maybe 3 months, it will be implemented. It is only when they refuse to implement that we go back. So it's not like we fight today and everything must end today. When we secure an agreement and it has time lag, we'll wait for that and see whether it will be implemented or not.
Okay. Let me just take you back a little bit, and I want you to just explain to us in a nutshell, what is the difference between United Labour Congress and the Nigeria Labour Congress? Well, is NLC the umbrella body, and then TUC and ULC are under it?
No.
Okay.
They are all labor centers. The United Labour Congress, yes, the United Labour Congress is independent.
Okay.
Though the one that the new United Labour Congress came into being in December 17, 2016.